Okay, so we are moving towards the next part in the unit, that is cell, that is cilia and flagella. So what are these? What exactly do you mean by cilia and flagella? Both are same or different? Different. So why these are used? Very good. Okay, yeah, this is mainly used for the locomotion. Locomotion is nothing but movement. How we have legs for movement from one place to another place? The organism that do in the prokaryotes, okay, they will be having a locomotory structure, that we call it as a cilia and flagella. These are nothing but the outgrowths. Okay, these are nothing but the outgrowths which are helpful for the organism for their movement. Okay, so cilia and flagella are mainly helpful for the locomotion. Okay, these are mainly helpful for the locomotion. These are nothing but small outgrowths. Small outgrowths from the surface of their cell, that is from the surface of their plasma membrane, they are having the small outgrowths, that we call it as cilia and flagella. So can you tell me a basic difference between cilia and flagella? Both are, you have said that both are not same, then what is the difference? Both are same or different? The similarity is that they are both are used for the locomotion, but the dissimilarity is, if this is an organism, okay, these kind of outgrowths, numerous small outgrowth will be there. Okay, you cannot even count, numerous outgrowth will be there. These kind of small outgrowth we call it as cilia or flagella. Very good. These, yeah, these kind of outgrowths we call it as cilia. So do flagella also have these kind of organization? Very good. Okay, only one will be present. Okay, that is, if this is a organism, like this, the flagella will be there. It is very long. It may be 1, 2, depends on the what we can say organism. Okay, 1 or 2, that will be depending on the organism. This will be long. So we can differentiate that cilia are small outgrowths and present numerous. Okay, number of cilia will be more in an organism. What about flagella? That too, in bacteria and all, you are going to encounter these kind of flagella for the movement. Okay, can you tell me, in humans also, in the inside of the human body, there is a presence of these kind of flagella. Can you remember? Can you tell me the name of that, not organism, a kind of structure is there that is also having the long thread like structure, which is mainly helpful for the locomotion in the humans. Tell me. It will be assignment for you. Try to search and tell me in the next class. Okay, in humans, I will give you one clue, that is in the male. Okay, in the males, they are having the long what we can say, the structure which is present, and mainly they are helpful for the locomotion purpose. Okay, so have a clear cut idea. Cilia and flagella both are used for the locomotion purpose. Cilia are the small outgrowth and the number of cilia differs, and they are very numerous. Okay, they are very numerous in size. Okay, but in case of flagella, these are 1, 2 or 3. Okay, there may be different number of flagella will be there based on the organism. These will be one long outgrowth, only one and long outgrowth will be present, and they are originating from the basal body. Here the basal body will be there, here the hook will be there. So they are originating from this basal body. Okay, remember that also. But they are in case of cilia, they are the small outgrowth from the plasma membrane. Okay, so this is the main difference between cilia and flagella. Now we are going to study the detailed structure of this. Okay, so we are going to focus on that, and we will see what are the structures are present in that part, so that it is helping for the movement. Okay, so try to draw this diagram. Try to draw this, very important. In biology, diagrams plays very important role. Okay, so you should be drawing, or you should be practicing all these things, so that it will be very helpful. I am drawing rough diagram so that you will understand the concept. Okay. taken down. Not visible. Now we, okay, so shall we start the explanation of this structure, that is cilia and flagella. So listen carefully, it is very important, try to understand that when we look at the structure of the cilia and flagella, there will be these kind of arrangement, okay. These are nothing but the proteinaceous part, okay. These are nothing but the proteinaceous part which are helping the organism for the movement, okay. So these are the doublets, okay. These are the doublets. The doublets will be 9 in number, okay. 9 doublets. What are those? What are those 9 doublets? That are nothing but the proteinaceous part, that too mainly microtubules, okay. The microtubules are the main locomotory structure which are present in the organism for the locomotion purpose, okay. These are the 9, okay. So we can name this one. This one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, okay. So remember the number 9, that is very important, okay. The 9 doublets will be there and at the center 2, okay, 2. So the arrangement will be 9 plus 2 arrangement, very important. So here the 9 plus 2 arrangement will be there and this one will be enclosed by the plasma membrane. This is nothing but plasma membrane. Okay, try to imagine there is a locomotory structure and there is a presence of 9 peripheral microtubules. Why peripheral? They are present at the peripheral region of this, okay. So these are nothing but the peripheral microtubule, okay. So the inner part there is presence of 2 microtubule. That structure we call it as a central microtubule. So the arrangement will be 9 plus 2 arrangement, okay. Very important. In MCQ and all need there will be question regarding this arrangement. Try to remember, there is 9 peripheral microtubule and there will be presence of 2 central microtubule. Because of the presence of 9 peripheral and 2 central microtubule, the arrangement is called 9 plus 2 arrangement, and these are interconnected by these pink color structure, that we call it as a interdoublet bridge, okay. These are the bridge which are connecting 2 microtubule, okay. This is nothing but interdoublet bridge, okay. It is called as interdoublet bridge, and the core part, okay, and the core part is called as central sheath, okay. The core part which is present here, that is called as central sheath, or the another name we call it as axoneme, okay. It's very important. Try to remember the core structure we call it as a axoneme and the part that is nothing but central sheath, okay. So it's very important, and these are nothing but your radial spoke, okay. Radial spoke. Cycle ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೆಯುವಾಗ ಅದು ಕಡ್ಡಿ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that structure is we call it as spoke, okay. So here the radial spoke arrangement will be there, okay. So I will explain you once again. Cilia and flagella are the small outgrowths, okay, from the surface of the cell. They are mainly helpful for the locomotion, okay. They are mainly helpful for the locomotion. So cilia means it is a small numerous outgrowth present in organism. Flagella means it is a long thread like structure present in the mainly bacteria and all. These kind of structure will be observed, okay. So this is all about your introduction part about cilia and flagella. But when we understand the structure, these kind of arrangement, the proteinaceous part will be looking like this. So the proteinaceous part we call it as microtubule. Okay, mainly helpful tubulin proteins will be involved. These peripheral tubule we call it as peripheral microtubule. Okay, and the center two microtubule will be arranged. Okay, that's why we call it as 9+2 arrangement. Okay, and this core part we call it as central sheath or axoneme, very important. Okay, and these the connection we call it as radial spoke, which is enclosed in a plasma membrane. Okay, this is all about your cilia and the flagellus proteinaceous part, and this is very important. Okay, try to understand the structure. Okay, these are present as a doublet. These doublets together we count as 1. Okay, this will be 1 2 3 4, so that 9 doublets will be there. Okay, 9+2 we call it as 9+2 arrangement, which is found in cilia and flagella. Okay, it is very important. Try to understand, try to practice the diagram. Okay, understood? Shall I rub this one? Remember the structure. Okay, remember the structure, very important. So we'll move further. The next one is centrosome and centriole. Centrosome and centriole. So have a clear cut idea that centrosome is a organelle. Okay, centrosome is organelle. Is a organelle. But whereas centriole is not a cell organelle. Okay, it is not a cell organelle. Have a clear cut idea, very important point. Try to understand, centrosome is a cell organelle, whereas centriole is not a cell organelle. So centrioles are present in the centrosome, okay, perpendicular to the each other. Okay, they are present perpendicular to each other. Okay, like this. If it is a centrosome, it is present like this. Okay, this one will be centrosome, the cell organelle, and this one will be centriole. During cell division, these are going to play an important role. So for time being, remember that centrosome is a cell organelle, whereas centriole is not a cell organelle, but the structure of centriole will be perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular to each other and they are mainly playing role in the cell division, okay, by forming the estrus and all. There the importance will be there. For time being, understand that these are the structure which are found in the centrosome. Okay, when we enlarge the structure of these, they are looking like this only. Okay, they are having the structure like this only, but the only exception is they are triplet. Okay, they are triplet and 9 in number. They are having 9 proteinaceous triplet structure. Okay, 7, 8. Okay, they are having these kind of arrangement. Okay, these are having the doublet microtubule, but whereas these are having the triplet. Okay, triplet structure, and this central part we call it as hub. Okay, these are the triplet. Okay, this is the only difference between this and that structure. Okay, there the cilia and flagella are having doublet, and here the triplet structure, and the spoke will be there. Okay, the proteinish part, spoke will be there, and nine triplet will be there. Triplets will be 9 in number, but the major difference, these are doublets, double, both together we call it as one microtubule. Here triplet. Okay, tree we call it, consider it as only one microtubule. So the major difference is that these are the triplets, and the central part we call it as a hub, and there will be inter bridge structure. Okay, and also spoke will be there. Okay, the presence of spoke will be there in case of this structure. Okay, both are same, only difference is the central part we call it as hub, but here the cilia and flagella we call it as axonimae or central sheath, and the structure centrosome is a cell organelle, whereas centriole is not a cell organelle, and the arrangement will be triplet, and the central part we call it as hub, and the protein part, I mean to say the triplet will be there, and this will be your spoke. Okay, spoke is nothing but whenever we write the cycle, there will be presence of these kind of structure will be there, no, that's why we call it as spoke, and the arrangement will be looking like a cartwheel. Okay, cartwheel like appearance will be there. Okay, the structure will appear like a cartwheel. Okay, so that's why we call it as a this one as spoke. Okay, spoke is nothing but whenever we ride a cycle, there will be these kind of what we can say metal structure will be there, no, that is nothing but in case of here we call it as a spoke. Okay, these are also the proteins which are present here is tubulin. Okay, the protein which are playing major role in case of this structure is tubulin. This is all about your centrosome and centriole. Remember one thing, the centrosome is a cell organelle. Okay, it is a cell organelle, membrane bound, but centriole is not a cell organelle, because the structure will be like this. It don't have a membrane, it is a independent, but which is present inside the centrosome, and they are mainly playing role in case of cell division. Okay, that is the major thing in case of centrosome and centriole. Understood? And remember, triplets very important, and 9 plus 2 arrangement. I am telling you again and again, this is very important. Okay, NEET and all, CET they have asked many times. That's why this 9 plus 2 arrangement is very important. Why 9? Why 2? I have told you everything. Okay, have that diagram in your mind. Okay, this is also the another structure which is found in centrosome and centriole. Understood? Shall we move further? Shall we move further? Understood now? Shall I rub this one? Practice the diagrams. Okay, you will encounter more questions on the structure. Okay, structure and functions. Before we move to the nucleus, I would like to finish it off the micro bodies. Okay, very small concept, that is micro bodies. Okay, so what do you mean by micro bodies? See, these are nothing but many membrane bound minute structure which is present in the cell. Okay, these are nothing but membrane bound minute structure found in the cell. Micro bodies, name only tells you that micro means small. Micro means small, bodies means the structure. Micro bodies means the membrane bound minute structure which are present in the cell, that we call it as micro bodies. So what is the function of micro bodies? Storage purpose. Okay, these are mainly helpful for the storage purpose which are present in the cell. Okay, like gases and vacuoles, all are those, no, peroxisomes. Okay, glyoxysomes will be present as a micro bodies in the cell. Okay, these are nothing but the micro bodies which are present in both plants and animals, which are present in both plants and animals. So try to understand that micro bodies are nothing but, micro means small, these are the small minute structure, membrane bound structure which are present in the cell, and the main purpose, like example is peroxisome. Okay, peroxisome, glyoxysome. Okay, that will be coming under your micro bodies. Okay, which is present in both plants and animals. Okay, it is all about your micro bodies, very small portion, but this peroxisome, glyoxysome, everything you will study in detail. Okay, for time being, remember, in cell there will be presence of micro bodies. Okay, so we will move further, that the very important membrane bound structure, that is nucleus. Okay, heart of the cell. We will study about the heart of the cell, and we will learn the importance of the nucleus in our cell. Okay, so can you tell me what is the protein factory of the cell? What is? Okay, ribosome is the structure which is present in the cell, which is mainly helpful for the production of protein. Okay, so these are producing everything in the cell. Whatever the necessary protein necessity is there, everything is formed by the ribosome. So tell me one thing, how ribosomes are formed then? Ribosome is producing all the proteins, but how ribosomes are formed? There should be something from which the ribosome can be formed. Yeah, mRNA, but the main site, what type of mRNA? I am asking you, how the ribosomes are formed, from which site of the cell? It should be formed inside the cell only. Nobody is going to add the ribosomes in the cell. Then how the ribosomes are formed? You will get the answer upcoming few minutes. Okay, in few minutes you will get to know the answer from where the ribosomes are produced. So shall we study about the heart of the cell? Okay, this is the last part in case of the cell, that is nucleus. Very important, nucleus. So tell me, what do you mean by nucleus? You would have I have told you heart of the cell, so you are repeating that only, heart of the cell. What it is? Again, don't tell me heart of the cell, okay? Nucleus is a membrane bound structure which is present in the cell. Okay, in animal cell it is present in the central part, whereas in case of plant cell it is located with periphery. Okay, so if I remove your heart, you can able to live, whether you are able to live or no. Yeah, tell me. You can leave, I think. That's why nobody telling me. So remember, heart of the cell, we call it as nucleus because it is playing that much important role. If we remove our heart from our body, then we cannot able to live. That's why based on that only try to understand how much important this cell organelle is, because it is mainly containing the genetic material. Okay, it is mainly containing the genetic material which will be passed to next generations. Okay, so before that try to understand nucleus is a membrane bound organelle which is present, which is located in the cell. Okay, it is mainly helpful for the purpose of carrying genetic material, that is DNA and all, everything is present inside this nucleus. Okay, so we will study the nucleus structure first. So tell me the parts of the nucleus. Hey, here no cytoplasm. I am not drawing the cell. Okay, first have that clarification. I am not drawing the cell, even though it is looking like a cell, but it is not a cell. I am drawing nucleus. DNA. Then nuclear pore. Okay, very good. Nucleole. See, it is not a cell. Okay, have clear idea. Don't tell me cytoplasm and all. We are completing this unit. You should be having an idea what is cytoplasm, where it is present, what is, we will study that. So this one will be outer membrane. When we say the membrane bound, there should be two layer, and this one will be inner membrane. Bimembrane we call it as. So these kind of structure. Okay, very good. This is nuclear pore. So what is the importance of nuclear pore? Why it should be present? Now you will get the question. What this yellow color structure is called as nucleolus. Okay, nucleolus. Now we will get the answer how the ribosomes are formed. Okay, so this is the structure of nucleus. Okay, structure of nucleus. It's better to write, or else you will think that it is a cell. I am teaching nucleus and people are telling me, students are telling me that there is a presence of cytoplasm. Okay, be concentrated here. Okay, have your concentration and try to understand the concept. Okay, this is the nucleus, the heart of the cell. Okay, there will be bilayer or bimembrane. Bimembrane is nothing but a membrane bound organelle. Bilayer or bimembrane means which are having two membrane, that is outer membrane and inner membrane. So these outer membrane and inner membrane are fused and forms the nuclear pore. Okay, at the surface of the nucleus there will be numerous number of nuclear pores. Okay, there will be numerous number of nuclear pores. What is the function of nuclear pore? Somebody have told me there will be presence of genetic material. That's right. So after the replication process, the replicated or the mRNA, messenger RNA or whatever the RNA present, that should stay in this nucleus or it should come out. For coming out of that mRNA or whatever the RNAs are manufactured here with the help of replication process, that need to come out. Okay, so for the coming out of that mRNAs, there will be space, that is nothing but your nuclear pore. Okay, from this only the proteins are going to come inside the nucleus, whatever the necessary proteins, or else after the replication, if it need to be exported out, then with the help of this nuclear pore, whatever the structure like mRNA, rRNA, everything is coming out with the help of nuclear pore. Okay, it is the nuclear pore which act as a gate for the exchange of the RNAs. Okay, that's why the nuclear pore is formed. How it is formed? With the help of fusion of outer membrane and inner membrane, nuclear pores have been formed. Okay, and the main function is exchange. Okay, exchange of RNAs. Okay, exchange of RNAs. So your answer for how ribosomes are formed is lying in this nucleolus. Okay, nucleolus is a structure which is present inside the nucleus and they are mainly helpful for the production of rRNA. What do you mean by rRNA? Ribosomal RNA. From that ribosomal RNA only you are going to get the proteins, that is ribosomes. Okay, those are nothing but proteins only. They are going to be formed with the help of this nucleolus. Okay, with the help of this nucleolus, there will be nucleolus is going to produce the rRNA. rRNA is nothing but the ribosomal RNA. Okay, from the nucleolus only the ribosomes are going to be formed. Okay, I mean to say rRNA. So this is the structure of nucleus. There will be dense cytoplasm, that we call it as a nucleoplasm. Remember, not cytoplasm, it's a nucleoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm is the dense content which is present in the cell, but it is again present in the cell only, but in that also again a compartmentalization of nucleus. In that nucleus the dense cytoplasm is present, that we call it as nucleoplasm. Okay, and also the genetic material will be lying here which is mainly helpful for the replication and further process, and to it preserves your genetic material. Okay, so this is all about your nucleus. The outer layer bimembrane, that is the outer membrane, inner membrane, and the nuclear pore. Why nuclear pore? They are mainly helpful for the exchange of RNAs. Okay, they are mainly helpful for the exchange of RNAs, and again the small structure will be found. It is not a membrane bound structure, it is present in this nucleus. Okay, from this only, from nucleolus only the ribosomal RNA are going to be formed, and the dense cytoplasmic content are present, which is going to be the content will be nucleoplasm. And let me know the extended part from the outer membrane, what it is? What it is? Very good. Endoplasmic reticulum. So try to remember from the outer membrane only. Okay, from the outer membrane only these finger like projection are going to be formed. That is nothing but your endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, your endoplasmic reticulum and the ribosomes after formation, it will be studied here. That we call it as rough endoplasmic reticulum, and If the ribosomes are not present, then we call it as a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, it is all about your nucleus. Try to understand. These are the structure, very important. It is called as heart of the cell. Why? We have seen that why it is called as heart of the cell. It is performing a very essential function. It is preserving your genetic content. Okay. Now we'll study the structure of chromosome, because so tell me one thing before this, who found out the nucleus? I have told you. Tell me, who is the scientist? Very good. Okay, nucleus is found by Robert Brown. Very, very important. And in that nucleus, the chromosomes will be there. In that chromosome, the chromatin material will be there. Okay, the chromatin material. Who was found this? Who found this? Chromatin material inside the chromosome. I already told you, scientist names are very important. Okay, so nucleus is found out by the Robert Brown. Inside the nucleus there will be genetic material. That genetic material will be thread-like structure, that we call it as chromatin. The chromatin is present inside that chromosome, that is found out by the Fleming. Okay, the scientist Fleming. Very, very important. Try to remember this. So we are moving further, that is the structure of chromosome. Okay, sir.